boys and girls, the goat has landed on Wallis Island. Where? Wallis Island. French territory. Never been here before. First time for everything. Boys and girls, this is a small airport. Pretty good sized plane, Jane, but a small airport. Yeah, here's the signage. Yeah, they mentioned it's a small airport. And here's the sun. Here is the sun. Now I'm going inside. We'll see you later, 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 later. Well, hello there, boys and girls. It's the greatest here. I was just taking a little siesta because my life's a permanent vacation. Sports travel, a cold beer at night. I'm Irish. But during the day, before there's any sports, la playa. Plage, as they say in France. The beach, it's within reach. Yeah, this is Tourism Brochure Day, brought to you by the French territory in the South Pacific, Wallis Island, W-A-L-L-I-S. Look at me, even in the shade, bad sunburn, 53 years old, less 12 days and I'll be 54, and I'll be pretty when I'm 54, 55, until God takes me. I am the greatest of all time. Sports fan traveler. I saw some rugby training last night, watched some videos and some pictures. Oh, they was good. Boys and girls, this is a beautiful beach, albeit it's small. Now that is an uninhabitable island there, and there's nobody there. We got a couple boats here. I did the boat? Nah, I'm the goat. No, I didn't take a boat to get here. I took a car, but I wasn't driving. My Airbnb host, he's driving. Let's get into the sun, where we're gonna have even more fun. Un momento, por favor. That's Spanish for 1 minute, please. Boys and girls, it's time for some words of inspiration. Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop, look around, you might miss it. Thank you, Ferris Bueller. 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 You know, that was me in high school. In science class. Connor. Oh, I got to tell you this story. This is in honor of my good friend from high school. Check that. Yeah, high school. My first high school, I went to 3 and 5 years. But look how I turned out. I've been to every country except for 9. I am the greatest. So in honor of my good friend, and this is in honor of the late, great Roberto Valente. He will vouch for the story. Science class. Freshman year, sophomore year, my first of 3 high schools, I did graduate with honors. It's like sports, boys and girls. It's not how you start. It's how you finish. But my first 2 years of high school, yeah, I was science class. Allegedly, according to my good friend Roberto Valente, I was doing this while I was sleeping. I was making love to my lips. Now, I don't know if I'd seen a porno the night before or was dreaming about Elle Macpherson, who was a poster in my bedroom. I really don't know. We're gonna keep this PG rated. But I definitely wasn't, yes, I have a science question. No, I wasn't doing no Mike Myers science question. I did play, this organization will not tolerate failure. Yeah, I was playing ice hockey and playing with some of that funny stuff, but beyond that, yeah, I wasn't a very good student. But a couple of years now, I got my shit together. I stayed back my sophomore year at an all-boys boarding school, and there was no chicks within 300 miles. But that ended up being a good thing for me, as I got a couple of years now my shit together. And then I went to my 3rd school where I did graduate with honors. Holy cow, that's quite a story. It is. It's I inspire you. From Ferris Bueller to my wet lips. Let me give you a little show here. Ooh, it's gotten cloudy. Welcome to the tropics. Here we go. Boys and girls, I'm gonna show you something, because that's what I do. Un momento, por favor. And that's 1 minute, please, in Spanish. We have ourselves here, I believe, I never said I was the smartest, a pineapple or a coconut. Pineapple, yeah, I'm definitely not the smartest. A coconut. And I got a picture of me yesterday when I arrived. Oh, having a natural coconut. I'm pretty even when I'm sipping. Boys and girls, hope you enjoyed the show. There's more for me to see, and therefore, I shall gently place this coconut down on the beach, and then I must go. Well, aloha, boys and girls. It's the greatest here on Wallis Island. Yeah, that's not nowhere near America. I'm in the South Pacific, and what we got behind me, I gotta pick up the tripod so you get a greater appreciation. But let's just say, dun 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 dun. Jimmy Buffett, volcano. This is a volcanic crater lake, Jake. It's Friday, 13 March, 2026. Friday the 13th. Jason, don't worry, I'm not gonna kill you. But I did whoop George Foreman, Sonny Liston. I whooped all them suckers, silly fake Jake Paul, Logan Paul would have whooped that cat in my day. Mike Tyson, we had him for lunch. Real deal, whatever the deal. Holyfield, we whooped him silly. Okay, I'm getting all excited. Let me show you this crater lake. Boys and girls, I asked my Airbnb host, has he ever hosted an American before? Who do you think he said? Here's what he said. No. But, boys and girls, if you like this volcanic lake, this crater lake, do you know where in the United States of America you can see a lake like this? My favorite state. Y'all think I'm going to say California. I got a love for California. I moved there when I was 24, I'll be 54 in a couple weeks. No, that's not my favorite state. You know what my favorite state is? I'm talking about for nature, not for sport. For nature, like this. That's follow the theme, boys and girls. You ready? There's a song for it too. It's a good song. Coming home to Oregon. That's right, baby. So they got a crater lake. It's called Crater Lake. Crater Lake National Park, and it's coming home to Oregon. Now, it's in the middle of nowhere, but Oregon is beautiful, baby. But you got to pick the right time to go there. You don't be going there in December, January, February, unless you want to lose your left testicle and you're right. I'm talking about the boys, the men. Try going in the off season, like April, May. Ooh, that's a good time. September. Ooh, September's beautiful in Oregon. I don't care where you're at. The things that do for your dog. Now this is a volcanic lake here in Wallis Island, part of Wallis and Futuna, part of the French Polynesia. It's a territory of France. Oui. Boys and girls, my driver's waiting, and you know there's a lot for me to see. So we'll see you next video. Malo. Church bells are ringing, boys and girls, on Wallis Island. Wallis what? Wallis Island. W-A-L-I-S. South Pacific. Highest point on this here island of about 30 miles in length. Finally up there, can't see nothing up there but shrubs and trees. This is the best view. Trust me. Boogaloo. Boy, that's a long church bell. It's a Catholic church. So this is part of France. Oui. Wallis and Futuna. Futuna is 200 kilometers from here, a separate island. Those are uninhabited islands, boys and girls. You go there on a day trip if you want, but what's the difference? It's just as beautiful here. I'm just chilling out. It's afternoon time. 2:34. Dog, I ain't never no more. It's Friday the 13th, March 13th. In honor of Barbara Wawa. You're in touch, we're in touch, and so let's. Oh, that's the end of the church. boys and girls, let me show you what we got. Here we go. Man, this is gorgeous. Let's see if that church is open. 1 second. Unfortunately, I don't believe so, Kokomo. Therefore, this is the end of the show. Well, Malo, boys and girls, I think I've found one of my prettiest islands in the South Pacific. And that's hard to do because I'm the greatest of all time sports fan traveler. I'm the Johnny Cash of sports travel. I've been everywhere, man. I haven't, but I don't wear black. Except maybe at a funeral. Boys and girls, this is a crater lake. There's 2 here on Wallis Island. And of course, I've been to both of them, but this one, oh, this one's much nicer than the first one. The first one was nice, but this one is like, yeah, it's, yeah. You be the judge. Here we go. Boys and girls, do not despair. This is my real hair. Holy cow, isn't this beautiful? So this is a volcanic crater lake, the second of 2 I've seen today on Friday, and I'm 13 March 2026. Inner Sandman's not coming, Junior. I killed Jason, just like I killed George Foreman, Sonny Liston, Floyd Patterson, Joe Louis. Oh, my wrecking ball machine it's from the Thriller in Manila to a Fury and Flair, whooping that sucker George Foreman in that country. Formerly known as Zaire. Today it's the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Yo. And on the other side of the Congo River, that's the Republic of the Congo. You know who's from the Democratic Republic of the Congo? The late, great Dikembe Mutombo! Yeah, Georgetown University. You know who's from the Republic of Congo, across the Congo River? Serge Ibaka! The best names in the association. And he's played in EuroLeague for Real Madrid. Actually, I saw that cat play in Munich. Holy cow, Mr. Yeah, I get around, Scooter. I saw him play for Bayern in Munich. That's Germany. Now, we're not in Germany, but we're not in Europe. North America, South America, Asia, Africa, and we sure as hell ain't in Antarctica. This is Oceania, baby, the South Pacific. So Wallis Island, W-A-L-L-I-S, it's a territory of France. And holy cow, it's beautiful. So I've been to New Caledonia. It's okay. I've been to French Polynesia. Ooh, there's many islands. I've been to Tahiti, and I've been to Moorea. And I'm going to the Marquesas next week. So I can't tell you about that yet. But this, holy cow, it's beautiful, Scooter. Rest in peace, brother. Boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed the show. Now, before I finish, oh, it's starting to rain, Jane, and the sun's out. Ooh, this place is tropical. The location of Wallis Island, South Pacific. We are between Fiji, that's a country. Of course, I've been to every country in Oceania. I've been in every country in Oceania, North America, and South America. I got 1 left in Europe, Ukraine. I got 5 left in Africa, 3 left in Asia with persuasion, and that's it, Jack. 5 and 3 and 1 equals 9. I still think that sucks. I'm between Fiji and the Samoan Islands. Now, that's where it gets a little, as Denise Richards would say, complicated, or is Demi Lovato saying constipated, or was it complicated? I think it was complicated, not constipated. Boys and girls, the Samoan Islands, you got Western Samoa. There's 2 islands there. I can't pronounce them. I never said I was the smartest. And then separate from the Western Samoa, which is a country, you got American Samoa. And just like it sounds, that's part of the United States of America. And so we're in between those places, Fiji and the Samoan Islands. Now, I may have it wrong, it might be the other way, but we're between. I know that. You know, I went to 3 high schools in 5 years. I went to 3 colleges in 3 years. It's not how you start, boys and girls, just like in sport. It's how you finish. I didn't finish college, but look at me, I turned out okay. But I did graduate for high school with an honors, and I was a 3-sport varsity letterman. Not that that matters when you go into the business world. They don't care. They just want your labor. Me, I worked for myself for a long time ago. John McClain. So that's how I can travel. And I don't have Mrs. Sports Travel. Not yet. But when after this done, after all this travel, when I finish these 9 countries, oh yeah, Mr. Sports Travel going to have fun meeting some Mrs. Sports Travel. Don't worry. I'll let you know. Until then, it's going to rain and I don't do rain. Bye-bye, Kokomo. Malo, boys and girls, as they say here, as the hello greeting on Wallis Island. Sun is hitting me. Look at me. 12 days away from being 54. Dog, I ain't never no boy. Like the greatest Muhammad Ali, I'm still oh so pretty. Hey, it's 4:20. Nah, I don't do that no more. I only did it a little bit. Driving that train was my choice, and that was 30 years ago, and if I kept doing that, I'd be DEA dead. But life's a gift, and don't do drugs, kids. It's not worth it. Take it from me. So, boys and girls, this is Wallis Island, and I'm at one of the most historic sites, although I don't know much about it. I never said I was the smartest, and I don't speak French. And my guide, who's taking a siesta in his car, yeah, his English is good, but I'm on a good mood scale, it's a 7 out of 10. On a reality scale, it's 5 out of 10. He tried to explain it to me. No, it didn't go too well. My understanding is, it's my fault, by the way. It's as Jimmy Buffett said in Margaritaville, the woman's not to blame. It's my own damn fault. I should know French, but I don't. I never said I wasn't smartest. So this was a site of the Tongan people, and it's very volcanic. This is a volcanic island. I've seen 2 volcanic crater lakes, Jake, and they're both beautiful, especially the second one. Oh, bonita. So I'm going to spin the camera around. Sun is here. For those of you, as Jimmy Buffett would say, geographically impaired, the sun sets in the west, east, north. I will be going south at the end of this video. The sun sets here in about 2 hours. Yesterday I saw some rugby training. The ladies, actually young ladies and young boys in the evening. It's been a beautiful day. Holy cow, this is a gorgeous island. This is Wallis, part of France, in the South Pacific. Now, Futuna is a separate island, about 200 kilometers from here. I don't know what that is in miles because, like I said, I'm not the smartest, but I am the prettiest. And Joe Free, yeah, ask all those cats how it went when I got them in the ring. With my rope of dope, I whooping them silly. So I'm gonna spin the camera around gingerly because the surface here is, it's like in Hawaii on the Big Island when you're going out to the volcano. Yeah. You don't want to cut yourself because then it would be bad. And I already had an incident like that happen to me in El Salvador, and I spent 10 days in a hospital in Miami. Everybody's got a cousin in Miami. I don't want to spend days in a hospital in Miami ever again. Although I was treated quite well at the U of M hospital, the Coral Gable Hospital, a couple of years now. Fuck you. You was terrible. Here we go. Now, boys and girls, there's a few things I noticed about Wallis Island. The first is they get plenty of rain here. That ain't a problem. The second is the palm trees here are so natural, and the way they curve, and they're in such pristine condition. It's like a fairy tale. Number three, they got these two volcanic crater lakes. Watch them videos. Ooh, gorgeous. Four, the people here, everybody knows everybody. There are no street lights here. There's no traffic. I haven't seen one police, one fireman, one EMT. I haven't heard any sirens. The only thing you hear is the birds. Now, I did see a creature, not a human, not Bigfoot, at the end of my last video when, of course, my battery died. I think it was a dog. Give him the dog a bone. But I can't confirm that. I haven't seen a cat here. I've seen some stray dogs. That's actually common outside of America, sadly. A lot of chickens and a lot of birds. So those are some of my observations from Wallis and Futuna. And also, it's a rugby country, not a football country. The F in France stands for food and football. Go! Americans, that would be soccer. But that's for my sports videos. In terms of what's next for me, walking oh so carefully and gingerly back to my rental car. Check that, my car that is owned by my Airbnb host. People ask me, Mr. Sports Travel, how you get to all these places? How you do it? Boys and girls, life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around, you could miss it. Ferris Bueller. Shake it up, baby, shake it up, baby. I move at the speed of lightning. Bye-bye. Hello there, boys and girls. This is going to be a short video, but this is what they do in Wallis Island. They live off the land. My Airbnb host, he's a private dude. Yeah, he collected all those coconuts at the Crater Lake. That other object you see, that's my tripod. That's how I get to look in all of those pictures looking so damn pretty. Actually, I don't need a tripod to look pretty. I am pretty. And that's how I do the videos when it's not like. But you see how many coconuts there are. Then you gotta keep going. Now, math was never my greatest subject, but I count 12. What about you, Boogaloo? If I'm wrong, just replay the video. But one last look at this beautiful sight. Got his head chopped off. Well, aloha, boys and girls. It's the greatest of all time sports fan traveler. I'm not in Kansas anymore, as you can tell. I'm going to see if I can accomplish a Mr. Sports Travel first and use this knife to cut a coconut down from this here tree on the island of Wallis Island. W-A-L-L-I-S in French Polynesia. Check that, a French territory. I'm going to French Polynesia again in a few days. Wish me luck here. I'm going to go slow because knife, ladder, you don't want to have a mistake. Okay, boys and girls, I'm gonna go nice and slow here. Because in one hand I got a very sharp knife, and in the other hand I got myself a coconut, which I'm gonna drink later. But now I'm gonna go down very, very, very slow, because you see, both my hands are occupied. Actually, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tuck this coconut under my beautiful armpit. There, I can do this. And trust me, I'm gonna go slow. And trust me, my Airbnb host, he's holding the ladder. You always gotta focus on safety, boys and girls. Here we go. Wish me luck. You won't see me as I get down because my tripod's tilted up. And by the way, you see the ones here? All over here. This is on his property, the Airbnb host property. Wallis Island. Welcome to the South Pacific, boys and girls. I'm gonna go very slow here. Here we go. Boys and girls, I made it down safely. Just like in baseball, that's the goal. Arrive home safely. My favorite sport. They don't play baseball on Wallis Island. Here it is. Now, I cut it right here. And I was doing my balance, took my time. Honestly, I was a little scared to be doing this video, but the things I do for your dog. Plus, you know, you gotta overcome your fear. Fear kills progress. So you can't let fear kill your progress in life. So hopefully this is a little inspiration to you. Now I'm gonna drink for this puppy. And later today I'm flying to Fiji, the place to be. Until then, it's the GOAT, over and out. Mahalo, boys and girls, and welcome to a typical very nice property on the island of Wallis, W-A-L-L-I-S. It's in the South Pacific Ocean. It's part of France. Whee! It's a territory. It's called Wallis, for the Wallis Island, and Futuna, for a separate island, which is 200 kilometers from here. Bless you. Ooh, bless you again. That's the owner of this here property. But he's a very private dude, so you're not going to see a picture of the house. But the vegetation is typical of Wallis Island, and so we're going to do that right now. I'm put on my hat because it's hot. And people ask me, Mr. Sports Travel, how do you get to so many places? I move at the speed of lightning. Here we go. Did you see Porky? Hey, Porky, a little camera shy. Sorry, Porky. Yeah, that's definitely some two camera-shy porkies. A big porky and a little porky. Boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed the Wallis Island Vegetation Show. Have you found your favorite tree? If not, rewatch the video. This is my favorite tree. Yeah, Toto, we're not in Kansas anymore. Bye-bye. Well, hello there. It's the GOAT here, the greatest of all time sportsman traveler. In the Church of the Poison Mind. I'm joking about that. Culture Club, 1980s. See, I grew up in the 80s. You can't say the 80s out of this cat. It's just part of my DNA. So boys and girls, I'm on Wallis Island. It's a territory in Oceania, the South Pacific. It's part of France. Whee! And this is the largest Catholic church on the island. Now, the interior doesn't look that impressive, but you be the judge. But wait till I take you outside. Holy, yeah, you'll go be impressed. So I'm gonna pick up the tripod. In the words of that Atlanta rap group, TLC, don't go. Okay, I'm not gonna sing it. Okay, I'm gonna sing, don't go chasing water. Yeah, TLC, this is getting some 10 and 11 camp, the church. So mind the renovations, or as they say in Europe, or in London on the tube, mind the gap. I'm gonna pick up the camera and we'll show you this. Here we go. Stand clear of the doors, please. Whoa, Nelly. Oh, we're getting psychedelic now. Boys and girls, the gods are with me. I just dropped my camera off my tripod and it's still working. I never said I wasn't the clumsiest. Let's go outside now and pray I don't drop the camera again, because that wouldn't be good. Here we go. Boys and girls, you're going to like this, even though it's under construction. This reminds me of the Leaning Tower of Pisa. That's in Italy. Yeah, I'm not near Italy. I'm in Oceania. I'm going to try to put the camera on the tripod and try not to drop the camera this time. Un momento, por favor. That's Spanish for 1 minute, please. Behind me is one of the main roads on Wallis Island. I say one of because this island is only about 30 miles in total size. Un momento, por favor. Are you ready, boys and girls, for the close-up?
Holy cow, Mr. Sports Travel, you're right. That does look like the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
I told you, Scooter. Rest in peace, brother. Yeah, this looks like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Just Google Leaning Tower of Pisa, Italy. Have I been there? Is that a trick question? I got a picture of me from 2005 trying to push the Leaning Tower of Pisa, upright. At least this isn't leaning, but it's got some construction going on. Boys and girls, one last tour, and then me and my guy, we want to go see some scenic sights of Wallis Island. Boys and girls, because I want to go to Irish heaven, in the name of the Father and the Son, thank you for blessing me. That's the end of this video. Hi there, boys and girls. Because I want to go to Irish heaven and I have affinity for the Catholic Church, yeah, this is a Catholic country. Actually, it's a territory. I'm on Wallis Island, Wallis and Futuna. That's F-U-T-U-N-A. Wallis and Futuna. As they say, you can Google it. But why do that when you can listen to me and see how pretty I am? The sun hitting me. So I'm in the South Pacific. Believe me, you're going to tell in a minute. The water is so blue, even when the sun's hitting it the other way. This church, I haven't gone inside yet because you and me, we're going to do it together. But holy cow, it's windy, Mr. No kidding, Scooter. 1 second there, I got to pick up my hat because, fair-skinned white Irish boy, you got to put on your sunblock and wear your hat. Un momento, but not in the church. Hold on a second. People ask me, Mr. Sports Travel, why do you wear this lightning hat? Well, first of all, I like the lightning. I don't like the Carolina Hurricanes. They used to be the dun, 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 dun. I like the Hartford Whalers. We used to call them the Hartford Whalers. They was good when they was in the WH. You know why I like the Carolina Hurricanes? Because they moved to Carolina. I like James Taylor though. In my mind, I've gone to so I became a lightning fan. You're not a fan of the LA Kings or the Anaheim Ducks? I'm from San Diego. Keep calm and hate everything about LA. Come on, man. Tampa Bay Lightning. And the other reason I like the Lightning, people ask, Mr. Sports Travel, how do you do all this stuff going on in these countries? I've seen 8 different sports on 6 continents, more than 100 sports. I've been to every country as of this video except for 9, Clementine. How do I do it? Because I'm like the Roadrunner. Beep, beep. I move at lightning speed or warp speed. Speaking of that, here we go. Isn't she gorgeous? Oh, me and the church. Now, boys and girls, I don't know if it's open inside, but don't worry. There's more to see here. Oh, let me just show you. Now, boys and girls, there's few givens in life, and I like Pittsburgh. I got a lot of connections in Pittsburgh. Goodfellas, my favorite movie. Yeah, we ain't in Pittsburgh, totally. This is the South Pacific. You know, like when you Google tropical vacation with your significant, yeah. You see scenes like this. I got out of the way so you can enjoy it. That's hard to do because I'm so pretty. But as any good salesman would say, but wait, there's more. Here we go.
Because holy cow, it's windy.
Yeah, you're right, Scooter. Now, this is a territory called Wallis, W-A-L-L-I-S, and Futuna, F-U-T-U-N-A. Now, I'm on Wallis. The question is that Futuna? And in honor of Jimmy Buffett, I don't know. I don't know which way. Actually, I know which way I want to go. And I don't know the volcano, but fortunately, there's no active volcanoes. I just came from a volcanic lake just watched that video. I don't think that's Futuna. I think that's an uninhabited island because if anybody's living there, it's on the other side of the island because I don't see any sort of buildings or nothing. Let's keep going.
Holy cow, it's windy.
Do you see the volcanic nature of this here island? Boys and girls, I think the church is closed, but let's take a look. Yeah, there's no entrance there. Excusez-moi. One of the 5 words I know in French. I brought the San Diego weather. Fellas, Lori's wigs, don't come on. Water. I don't worry with place to fit everybody. So call me now. And that's not necessary because this shit is R-E-A-L real. I'm keeping it real. Here we go. Boys and girls, let's see if this puppy's open. Oh wait, I see an open door. Now take off your hat when you go into church. Because of respect. That's good fellas too. boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed the free interior church show. It's pretty like me. And now I must go. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Uno, dos, adios. Malo, boys and girls, which is hello on the island of Wallis. I present to you one flag you may recognize. It's not fully extended. That's the flag of France. Oui. And the other flag is the flag of Wallis, the island, and its neighboring island. Hello! I'm so popular and so pretty. Futuna, F-U-T-U-N-A. It's 200 kilometers from here. Yeah, I'm not going there. It's smaller than here, and here's only 30 miles. You know what I've discovered that people like to do in the late afternoons here, at least on a Friday, in Wallis Island? They go to church. Check out all that car. This is the most traffic I've seen all day in the last 24 hours I've been here. Netflix chickens, yeah, that was a big, that dude, I guarantee he played rugby, trust me. You won't want to get in a fight with that dude. And I box everybody. I still got it. So there's the Wallis flag. That's the French flag. You can see some Neanderthal has got the red part of the flag all jacked up. So I'm not Superman or Spider-Man or whatever comic you think. I'm not going up to change it. Plus, I don't want to find out where the Wallis and Futuna prison system flag. I'm sure it's probably okay. But having been in one of the Central African Republic, yeah. I don't mind doing the hokey pokey. I don't want to go back to the hokey pokey. I was in the hokey pokey for 2 hours, Central African Republic. Then I was in detention of the U.S. Diplomatic Security Services in the Central African Republic for another 5 days. That's it. Thank you very much. Now, let me point out some features to you, boys and girls. Go check out the kid in this place. I gotta do this. Boys and girls, did you see the end there? There was a kid on that bike. Boy, the power of this here camera. By the way, this is that in honor of Tom Petty. It's good to be king, at least for a while. Actually, this is the king's place. Yeah, he's been king for like 20 years. There's a king on Wallis Island, then there's a king on Futuna Island, and they collaborate with the French government in. He went to Paris, looking for answers to questions that bothered him so. Jimmy Buffett. They coordinate with the French government because you have the French flag here and the Wallis flag here. Now, I first noticed the Wallis flag 4 years ago in 2023 November, or in the U.S. we do November 2023, on the Solomon Islands. That's its own country. I was there for the Pacific Games. That's kind of like the equivalent of the Pan American Games in the Americas, South America, North America. And I never heard of this place called Wallis and Futuna. And being a curious cat, it only took me 3 years, 3 high schools and 5 years, but I did graduate with honors. I was like, I want to find out more about this place. And then I saw their rugby team play. I'm like, holy cow, these dudes are back. And like Tonga, Samoa, don't you know, Fiji, and Papua New Guinea, plus New Zealand, the Haka. Yeah, the dudes are big. Or the Polynesian culture to play rugby, and let's not discount the Aussies, mate, the kangaroos. So this is the King's place. We got a church service. Oh, they rocking and rolling in there, boys and girls. We got church service going on. You can see all the cars. Now I'm going to spin around. There's a lot of things going on here. You got a stray dog. You got a house here which is used by the ministers for meetings. And you got Mother Ocean, I have heard you come. Jimmy Buffett, pirate looks so funny. People ask me, Mr. Sports Travel, who was your inspiration growing up? Well, first and foremost, my parents, because they hadn't done the dirty deed, I wouldn't be here. My mother and my father. My dad was my hero, my mom was also my hero. And then of course God, thank you God for blessing me. After that, the two non-family idols, Muhammad Ali, the greatest of all time, Clementine, blow your mind. Well, yeah, he was the showman, the ultimate showman. And people say when he was yapping about Vietnam, he was being a traitor. He was right, boys and girls. He believed it, and he was right. And then he could whoop anybody. George Foreman thought he could whoop in Zaire, 7 years younger than Muhammad Ali, and Muhammad Ali whispered in his ear at 4 a.m. in the morning, 1974, "Is that all you got, George? Is that all you got?" And Muhammad Ali did his rope-a-dope, 1974, the fury and flair. The rumble in the jungle, Zaire. Now it's called the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Kinshasa. I seen a football, Americans go! That would be soccer, the same stadium, yeah. Because I'm one of the greatest of all time sports fan traveler. So Muhammad Ali. And my other idol, Jimmy Buffett. Did you ever tell you how I ended up finding out about listening to Jimmy Buffett? So I'm in high school. I was on a 5-year plan, but I graduated honors. So it's the summer before my senior year, and I'm at home in West Hartford. I was playing hockey, pickup hockey. I was still recovering from jacking up my knee about a year before. And I was working at Stop and Shop in the fish department. I smelled like fish. And then I was having some parties with my parents down at the beach. Don't you know, the statute of limitations ended. So I'm in the garage at my parents' house in West Hartford, at the corner of Crestwood and Greenhurst, and I found this cassette tape. Yeah, you remember them cassette tape? My dad had the 8-track in his car. Yeah, oh yeah. I was talking about the cassette tape. So I got this cassette tape. This is 1989 and 90. I guess that would be 90. Summer in 90. Dates are a little fuzzy. And it was not labeled. The tape wasn't labeled, but I remember it was yellow. I put that in the stereo, and holy cow, I was hooked. You know what album it was? Jimmy Buffett, Greatest Hits. Cheeseburger in Paradise. Oh, once I heard that song, give me the next one. You went to Paris, looking for answers to questions that bother you. So people ask me, Mr. Sports Travel, what's your favorite Jimmy Buffett song? Oh, that's a tough one. The one I've always clung to is, favorite lyric in that song is actually in my yearbook from 1991, Kingswood, Oxford. You know who our famous graduates from Kingswood, Oxford? Me, fool, but after me. You ever seen the show Seinfeld? Peterman, Elaine, who among us has not snuck into the break room to nibble on a love Newton? In fact, it was Peterman that inspired me to go to Myanmar. I didn't have to learn how to score. I'd done that before I went to Myanmar. Both the funny stuff kind and the man-woman kind. So that's how I got inspired by Jimmy Buffett, the cassette tape. And then my father took me to my first Jimmy Buffett concert. 1992, Boogaloo, or maybe it was 91. I think it was 91. Great Woods, Mansfield, Massachusetts. See, my father took me to my first Go Gators. My father took me to my first that's the brass bonanza. See, I'm wearing my Whaler green. They may have. The Whalers were like what Ole Miss used to be in football. We win every game, but we never lose a party. The Whalers, they didn't win many games. But when they scored a goal, oh yeah, the brass bonanza, the best theme song ever. I don't think about Rocky, Eye of the Tiger, my ass, brass bonanza. So Jimmy Buffett, I saw him 25 times in concert, got his book signed. Oh, he was a cool dude. Met him briefly, cool dude, very cool dude. Didn't know him in any way on a personal level, just met him quickly. What an inspiration. So that's my inspiration. Now, boys and girls, you got church here, there's the Wallis flag, there's the French flag. The time, please tell me the time. It's 5:50 and the sun sets here in, holy cow, 25 minutes. So I'm gonna spin the camera around. You're gonna see a dog, just chilling right there, where the ministers meet, and then we're gonna go toward the water. out of respect for those that are in the church, yeah, no, we're not going to the church. No. I'll ask my guy though, but you know, bringing a video camera into the church, you know, I don't know. I'm not cool with that. You know what I'm saying? Like there's certain lines I don't want to cross. So, but I'll ask. You always gotta ask for permission. Here we go. So can I just ask you a question? And you know I want to respect the customs and the rules because I'm a guest. So if I bring this in there, will people like that or no?
It's cool, you can do.
I can take video?
Yeah, okay.
I will be very quiet.
Oh no,
It's okay?
it's okay.
Because I don't want to do it if people don't want me to. I want to be respectful. So I can walk from here to your place.
Yeah, you can walk.
How do I get there?
Can see the cloud.
Sorry?
The map.
The map. You're going to show me. Okay, so let me put this here.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. Okay. Just give me 1 second. So boys and girls, I was just speaking to my Airbnb guy. He's a very private dude. I've already asked him. He doesn't really want to be in any videos. I'm cool with that. He's going to show me on a map how I can walk back to his place and I can go into the church. So I'm going to leave the video here because that's what I do for you, dog. He's going to show me the map and I'll come back and then we can go into that church. In the church of the... Yeah, we're going to go. Just chill. Try to be cool. Back here tomorrow when instead of like, because I'm worried I'm going to get lost. I don't want to get lost. And boys boys and girls, you still with me? We going in the church. Here we go.
Oh, whoa, Nelly.
Un momento, por favor. People ask me, Mr. Sports Travel, who's your favorite sports announcer? Look, I just gave you a hint.
Hello, everybody. Keith Jackson here. Whoa, Nelly, it's a fumble.
Yeah, he was my favorite. Keith Jackson, he was the best. There's some other good ones. I like Al Michaels. He's cool. Doesn't like the name. What's your name? Keith Jackson. And it's a name that you can use if you're a white boy or you're not a white boy. Because remember the football player from Woo, Pig, Suey, Razorback, Keith Jackson, wide receiver, he's a good player. Now we going to church. That was the church of broadcasting and football. Now we're going to church of the church. Here we go. We're doing that. It's sunset time. Check it out. Come fly with me, let's fly away, dun, 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 dun. From Wallis Island to Fiji. It might rain, it might not. Bring a squeegee, we're gonna have a grand old time. This is Sports Travel here. Had a great time on Wallis Island. Holy cow, is this place beautiful. One last look, Boogaloo. Beautiful here. Check out that tree. Isn't that tree unique? It was on my Airbnb host property too. Beautiful. Boys and girls, time to board the plane, James. Next destination, Fiji. Of course I've been there before, but I'm going back, Jack. See you there. Off to the Fiji, boys and girls.